Hey there, Pastor Catherine here with your thought for the day. One of my favorite Psalms in the Psalter is Psalm 124. This is called a Psalm of Ascent. It was one of the Psalms that the people of God sung together as they made their way to Jerusalem for the celebration of the Passover. Which was in itself a festival remembering the way that God brought the people of Israel out of slavery in Egypt, out into the freedom of the promised land. It begins with this line. It says, "If the Lord had not been on our side," let Israel say, "if the Lord had not been on our side." And it's a psalm that was used to continue to remember the ways that God has been utterly faithful to his people. If the Lord had not been on our side, let Israel say, if the Lord had not been on our side, these things would have happened, and these things would have happened, and these things would have happened. I would encourage you to turn and read it if you have a moment. It's a beautiful psalm. But it just made me think that in moments like we're in right now, where everything seems to be falling apart, when things that were certain are no longer certain, when it can feel like just everything is falling apart around us, I find that one of the most helpful things that I can do is to remember the ways that God has been present to me in the past when I have previously felt like things might be falling apart or nothing was certain. And it's of course they're not going to have been the same situations as we're in right now. Each one is going to be different, but the practice of going and remembering, if the Lord had not been on my side in this moment, if the Lord had not been on my side in this moment, if the Lord had not been on my side in this situation, all of these things would have happened. And look what happened instead, because God was on my side. It might not have, these situations may not have turned out the way that we would have planned or we would have liked, but when we look back on the ways that God has been faithful to us throughout our lives, there are things, I promise you, that you can identify by the prompting of the Spirit that only happened because God was faithful and present to us. And as we sit in this difficult moment, there is such a reassurance and peace that we can draw from remembering the ways that God has been faithful to us in the past, like the people of Israel are doing with this psalm, to bring us faith and hope for this particular difficult moment now. So I would just encourage you, if you have a moment today, turn to Psalm 124, read it slowly for yourself, and invite the Spirit to prompt you and show you how the Spirit has been faithful to you in the past, how God has been faithful to you in the past, and allow that to be an encouragement for you in this moment. God is faithful to you. He is present now to you as he has ever been. And that is reason to be hopeful. There is reason to be hopeful. Blessings on your day.